In today's video, we're going to take a look at this past week's top headlines for cloud gaming news, and it's been a good one for a couple of services. Stadia launched 6 new games, GTA Remastered Trilogy is rumored to come, a huge feature is set to be rolled out for the upcoming Humankind title, and guys, I think it's a big deal. Xbox Cloud Gaming sees the launch of a few new titles, xCloud is working via Steam Decks, and I think that's really interesting. xCloud has launched via the Xbox app on PCs. Then GeForce Now continues its steady release of games with 11 titles, and one of my favorite series of games of all time has dropped. Finally, Luna sees a pretty neat game launch from Ubisoft. All that in this video. Make sure you guys subscribe so you're always up to date with all cloud gaming news. So let's start this off with the Stadia news for the past week, and we're going to talk about this new feature being added for Humankind, and it's the direct touch controls on Android. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, who cares? Guys, I think this is pretty big news. Games like the Civilization series have always been pretty big, but they got even bigger and more expansive when they added these types of controls, and they made it more friendly for both Android and iOS devices. We're talking an insane amount of copies of these games have been sold worldwide. But the amazing part here is that you're actually getting the full game powered by the cloud with no restrictions, unlike those games. Because they are running on mobile devices, they have to scale the games back compared to the PC counterpart. Now, at first, I thought this was going to potentially launch on the Play Store, maybe with the heading saying that it's powered by Stadia, and that was actually really blowing my mind. But it looks like this is going to be through the Stadia Store on the Stadia app, providing the direct touch controls. With that though, those people looking for an alternative to the Civ franchise and are mostly mobile will now be able to look at this Stadia port and play a 4X title completely in mobile without any restrictions. And it's a bit of a game changer, guys, for Stadia itself if they're actually able to properly market this one. And I know they're going to want Sega to market this, but I think Stadia should also give this a good marketing run as well, especially since you add to the fact that this is going to have a unique Stadia feature in state share. As long as this game is well loved, I really think this can make a lot of noise going forward, and I hope we start to see more games feature these direct touch controls in the future, and maybe even, guys, check this out, promote it through the Play Store with the heading having Stadia on it. I think that would be insane. We'll have to keep an eye out and see what Stadia does here going forward. Alright, with that, let's run through the rest of this week's past headlines in a rapid fire session. We have GTA Remastered Trilogy rumored to come to Stadia. This is via Kotaku, who says they have multiple sources that the game is in the works, releasing soon, and also coming to multiple platforms, including Stadia. The dates for this are late October, early November, and I hope if this is true, we'll be seeing the next GTA 5 port on Stadia, the next gen GTA 5 port, I should say. Stadia also has seen the launch of 6 games this week, which were a surprise. 5 games from Outright Games that are kid-friendly focused, and then you have Foreclosed that saw its debut this past week as well. So if you guys are interested in any of these games, they are currently in the Stadia Store. Finally, for the Stadia news, the Explore tab has been rolling out, and you can currently share your videos and screenshots to the Stadia community via this Explore tab. Alright guys, with that, we're going to jump into the Xbox Cloud Gaming news, and xCloud is now available for Xbox Insiders on the PC app. I've gotten to mess with this myself. It works good, no problems, and the performance is solid. Keep in mind, anybody can be an Xbox Insider, so if you're interested in checking this out, go do it. Also guys, this is just a continuation of seeing xCloud just getting more and more expansive with its service, and that's really good to see. Now, in a curious story that popped up a few days ago, head of Xbox Phil Spencer claims that xCloud works great on a Steam Deck and that it's a really nice device. He tweeted out the device that he has himself, how the screen size controls are all great, and that xCloud works well. You know, Phil, for the record though, can you really settle on a name for your cloud gaming service, my man? Thanks, I really appreciate that. It's ironic that Phil Spencer himself has a mobile console like a Steam Deck, and it makes you wonder if he's getting any ideas himself. But okay, I'm getting away from the cloud gaming stuff now. Either way, pretty sweet and cool to see. Finally, Xbox Cloud Gaming saw the release release of 2 titles this week. One of them I dived into, and the game is absolutely worth the game of the year last year and all the hype that it comes with in Hades. I love this game, and if you haven't tried it out, go do yourself a huge favor. And also, the release of Art of Rally saw an Xbox Cloud Gaming release. Xbox is set to have a huge fall and winter, and I fully expect that the games that will follow that huge lineup that's coming will be hitting the cloud portion as well. So we'll definitely keep an eye out on all this here in the coming months. So GeForce Now has had a great week, seeing the release of some awesome games, and one that I'm very interested in, which I'll let you guys know here in a second. There's also a free weekend with Frostpunk. This is free to play until the 16th, so I apologize guys being late on this video, but it is free to play on GeForce Now until then, so go check it out. But this past week, GeForce Now saw the release of 11 new games, highlighted by Naraka Blade Point. The game looks fun, not my type of game, but it looks like a lot of fun. But the hype for me is definitely in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. I love this franchise, and while not really a real mechanic that you're going to be messing with a real car, you can actually learn a lot playing this game if you're like me, who knows nothing about what's under the hood of a vehicle, which is again ironic because my father's a car mechanic. Anyways, I digress. But anyways, there's more new releases here. We have Void Train, Faraday Protocol, and the City of Gangsters. So all in all, a great week for GeForce Now, and there's bound to be a new game on this list that you guys are interested for sure, so check those out. Finally, to end this video, we have Amazon Luna, who saw the release of Child of Light. Luna, I have to say, has been relatively quiet this year so far. I'm really hoping we get to hear more from them soon, especially on the release of more countries, which is when you guys are going to see a little bit more coverage of the service. But overall, guys, I'm honestly good with this take your time approach, and make sure you get all your ducks in a row before a huge marketing campaign, which is what I think Amazon Luna is doing. With that, let me know your thoughts on any of the news shared today. Hit that red subscribe button so you guys are up to date with cloud gaming news, as well as the thumbs up. I'm Sunny, and I'll see you guys in the clouds.